Welcome everyone to Easy to Follow Tai Chi. My name is Josie. I always start off by saying thank you to all of you wonderful people for joining in today and to our co-host, Miss Denise. So this is a Tai Chi experience. It's not a class, it's not a lesson. And what that means is there's nothing to learn, nothing to remember, and nothing to memorize. It's as easy as follow along, do what you see, do what I'm doing. There's no right or left and there's no right or wrong. So if I go this way and you go that way, it doesn't matter at all. The most important thing is that you always do what's comfortable for you, do what's right for you, modify a movement, adjust it so that it's comfortable for you. Don't necessarily have to do exactly what I'm doing. Other than that, just move, breathe, and flow. Enjoy the experience. And also, this is a judgment free experience. No criticizing yourself or no shoulds. I'm not doing it like she's doing it. The most important thing is just enjoy it. So, without further ado, I'll get my music started. And on Mondays, we do standing Tai Chi. And on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock, we do seated Tai Chi. So today we're doing standing. If you want to sit, you're welcome to. You're welcome to stand, sit, or do both in the same session. I like to start our sessions by just taking a moment to settle into the bottoms of our feet, taking a moment to connect with the earth, sinking, settling, really feeling the bottoms of our feet. And our head is light like a helium balloon, floating upward. And as it tugs upward, everything softens. Our whole body just softens. Any stress or tension just melts out through the bottoms of our feet. And taking a moment to connect with our breath, if you want, putting our hands on our belly. Of course, you don't have to. Breathing in, breathing out. Once more. I will start off with a warm up. I'll turn sideways so you can see the first one, then on the first one. This is for the neck. Just follow along. The hands float up, pressing the chin back. The hands drift out and then down to our sides. Our eyes follow the hands. Floating up, press the chin back, drifting out and then down. Gently loosening up the neck. The second neck warm-up is the hands pass each other and the eyes follow the top hand. And then the head turns to the other side and turn, gently loosening up the neck. Turn. 2 more, no forcing or straining, just gently letting go. The next one is for the shoulders, rolling the shoulders. Other direction. And then arm circles floating up and pressing down. The next one is for the spine. The palms face each other. Top hand press down, bottom hand flow up. And switch. Creating space in the spine. Softening at the knees a little bit if you want. Mini squats. Next one for the spine is the palms face each other, turning in the direction of the top hand. Then the hands switch and glide to the other side. This is the second warm-up for the spine. And next is the hip joints. The hands float up to shoulder height, pressing back, and the foot slides to the corner. Hands forward and foot back. And we go to the corner, so you see that nice channel between my feet. Good, stable stance. Loosening up that hip joint. Hands press back, and the other foot slides to the corner, and then back. Then the hands glide to the side, and the foot slides in the opposite direction. Glide and slide. Loosening up the hip joints. These are very gentle, but very effective for keeping the joints limber and loose. Next hip one is hinging here at the groin, sinking, the hands flow up, and the hips reach back. I'm just going sideways so you can see it better. Next is the knees, loose fist and punch, opposite knee lift, tap the foot. Other hand punch and tap. Two more. Very nice. Then punch and lunge, stepping out with the opposite foot and stepping back in. Other foot steps out. If you find the back heel coming off the floor, just take a smaller step. And last but not least is the ankles. Press the heel down, ball of the foot. Heel, ball, heel and ball. Other ankle, heel, ball, heel, ball, heel and ball. Back to the first ankle, outside of the foot, inside. Outside, inside, outside and inside. Other ankle, outside, inside, and last two. So let's begin with walk like a cat. So we had talked about this last week, and I remembered that I promised we'd do a little walk like a cat. So we'll take a moment to just sway side to side, feeling the sensation of full and empty. And then stepping out with one heel, the foot rolls down, shifting our weight forward, shifting our weight back, then turning the toes out a little bit, and then follow step. Stepping a little wide, heel, roll the foot down, shift our weight back, turn the toes out a little bit, and follow step. Again, heel, roll the foot, shifting our weight forward, shifting our weight back, turning the toes out a little bit, follow step. One more, rolling the foot down, shifting our weight back, turning the toes out, and step. Now going back, it'll just be the one step, stepping wide, transfer our weight to the back foot, and follow step. Step, rolling back, and step. This is walk like a cat. You can do that at home. I walk through the house like that a lot. Walk like a cat. So just wanted to start off the session with that. And now just follow along. I use the word float a lot. I invite you to have your arms just flow up with the breath instead of muscle effort. So let's go on a Tai Chi adventure. Just follow along. The hands float up to shoulder height and then melting down to our sides, taking flight like an eagle soaring up into the clouds. This one, the hands drift to center, hands down to our sides and floating up again, sinking the chi, gathering the life energy all around us. And then one more. Either foot steps out a little bit, and now the hands float up in front to shoulder height, and then melting down like wax on a candle. Opening the door. The tide rolls in, the tide rolls out. The hands circle out, and one hand glides over the other one. The hands separate and then switch sides, embracing the moon. Toss the moon and catch it. The bottom hand comes over the head, opposite foot taps, and the hand floats over the foot. And then the other side, the eyes follow the hand, painting a rainbow aura around the crown. Beautiful. Making loose fists, the bottom hand comes over the head, other hand behind the back, looking over our shoulder. Then the hands switch, looking over the shoulder, drawing sabers. Catching the moon, stepping just a little bit wider, shifting our weight to one side, toss the moon, shift the weight to the other side. And then the heel pivots. The lion plays with the ball. Catching the moon again, this time stepping out to the corner, the bottom hand floats up and both hands press. Catch the moon, stepping in, stepping out and press. Fair lady works on her loom. One more. This time the hands pull into the heart and push. Swaying back and forth like seaweed at the bottom of the ocean, swaying in the warm current. Crossing low at the wrist this time, the hands float up overhead and then circling down, up and around. Princess in the valley. And the eyes follow the hands as they float up. Reverse direction, crossing high, circling down, up and around. Princess on the mountaintop. And now the hands circle around down by our lap, up overhead, pulling into the heart and push. Catch the moon and roll the moon. Footsteps in, the hands circle out and catch the moon on the other side. Stepping to the corner, the bottom hand floats up, both hands press. Again, fair lady works on her loom. weaving a beautiful, brightly colored tapestry. Last one. The hands pull in and push, swaying back and forth. Crossing low at the wrists, circling up and around. And the eyes follow the hands as they float up. No muscle effort, just floating. Princess in the valley. Reverse direction, crossing high, circling down, up and around. Princess on the mountaintop. Circling around, down by our thigh, up overhead, pulling into the heart and push. Catch the moon and roll the moon. Footsteps in, the hands circle out and sink the chi, gathering more life energy. The hands float up overhead, stretch to one side, back to center, other side. Tipping the moon. Holding on to the moon in our hands. Back to center, backs of the fingers touch, or just face each other, circling up and around. Waterfall cascading over the rocks. This time reversing direction, the hands float up, circling around, backs of the fingers face each other and float up. Fountain sparkling in the sunlight. This time one hand scoops forward, other hand scoops to the side, and the eyes follow the side hand. Back to center, scooping up, and other hand forward, other hand to the side. This is called making tiger claws. And one more. Stepping just a little wider, the side hand floats across, leading with the palm, and then the other hand floats across, leading with the palm. The dragon swings his tail, gently swaying side to side. And this time leading with the back of the hand, the palm turns up and around. Other hand floats up, plucking the stars. And this time one hand reaches across and the other hand behind, and then switching side. And if you want, pivoting on our heel, pivoting on our feet. The dragon spreads his wings. And then looking over our back shoulder, if you want. Back to center and sink the chi, gathering more life energy. The hands float up to shoulder height, bending at the elbows, rounding forward. Elbows back. Eyes look up a little bit. Rounding forward. elbows back, spinal cord breathing. Rounding over one foot, back to center. Rounding over the other foot, back to center. 2 more. Last one. The hands scoop down, resting in each other. The bottom hand floats out, comes down the center, rests in the other hand. This is called centering, bringing clarity and focus into our day. And one more. And sync the chi, gathering more life energy. The hands float up, hugging a tree. One hand drops, circles up and around. The other hand drops, circles up and around. This is called wave hands like clouds. White puffy clouds drifting over the lake. And our arms are moving from our core, from our torso, and then stepping in the direction of the top hand, and another foot steps in with the other cloud. Step and cloud, step and cloud. And this time, just one step and reverse direction. Don't need a lot of room for this. You could take a small step. Step and cloud, step and cloud. One step and reverse direction. Beautiful. And then our feet stay here in this position. And one hand reaches out like holding a lantern. Foot steps in and steps out to the corner. The hand circles down and floats away, swaying side to side. Single whip. Front hand circles up, presses down, and floats up. Single whip. This time circling up, past the front knee, and then up. Dolphins diving through the waves on a beautiful summer day. One more. Footsteps in, release the lantern, back to wave hands like clouds. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be, just in this moment, moving, breathing, flowing. Then the other hand holds the lantern, stepping in and stepping out. Other hand circles down, floats away, single whip. And if your lantern arm gets tired, just take a break, let it rest to your side, and then just join back in. Front hand circles up, presses down, and floats up again. Single whip, circling up, past the front knee, and then up. And how low do you go? Whatever feels right for you today. Dolphins diving through the wave. One more. The feet step out a little wider, holding a lantern in each hand. One hand scoops up, down or side, and then holds the lantern again. Other side, dancing dragon. And now we'll do it a little more continuously, moving like water. Very nice. Hands come to our lap, sinking like we're sitting on a stool, tipping to the side. Chest rolls forward over to the other side, back to center and sinking. Hip the other way, wag the tail. Hip flexibility, spine flexibility. The hands float up, down to center, floating up to our sides, back to center, and then facing up. Gathering seeds and planting seeds. This time the hands scoop down, forward, up overhead. The eyes follow the hands up, pulling a beam of sunshine into the earth, scooping down, forward, and then up. Digging in the garden. One more. Pulling the hands down to the heart and then reverse direction, scooping up, forward, and then pulling up a column of air, gathering the harvest. Always do what feels right for you. However, there's no right or wrong distance for reaching down toward the floor. This time, crossing at the wrists, the hands continue circling up and around, sinking and floating up, harmonizing yin and yang, creating harmony and balance in our day. And on this next one, crossing at the wrists, one elbow pulls back, other hand reaches out, the eyes follow the front hand. Hands glide to the other side, other elbow back, other hand reach out, eyes follow the front hand. Again, archer with the bow and arrow. This time the hands scoop forward, palms facing up, then the elbows pull back and the hands circle around. Swimming bear. One more. Then the palms face down, circling over one foot, and then circling over the other foot. Making a sideways figure eight with our hands and shifting our weight side to side. Water lilies floating on the pond. Feel the cool water on our fingertips. Back to center and sink the chi, gathering more life energy. Stepping to one corner, the hands circle up and then press down as we shift our weight back. Shifting forward, the eyes follow the hands up and shifting back. Bathing breath. Bathing ourselves in chi, life energy. Stepping in and stepping to the other corner, circling up and pressing down. And one more because it's so delicious. Back Back to swaying. The hands sway side to side like willow branches skimming a pond. And the hands float up. The eyes follow the top hand. Gliding to the other side. Gazing at the moon. Back to swaying. This time heel tap and the hand floats over the foot. One sway, heel tap, hand over the foot. Heel tap, hand over the foot, and the other hand in front of the heart. Sway, hand over the foot, hand in front of the heart. This time, both hands drop, foot steps in, the hands circle around, and the other heel tap. We'll do that a few times. This is called playing the pipa. It's a Chinese stringed instrument like a guitar, upright guitar, and we're plucking the strings. One more. The hands circle around to catch the moon. Top hand hides behind the back, and the other hand continues to drift up, tossing the moon up into the sky. Back hand joins in, presses down as the other hand floats up, parting the wild horse's mane, taking the tangles out of the mane, creating calm out of chaos. The hands drop, footsteps in, playing the pipa. The hands circle around to catch the moon. Top hand hides behind the back, and the other hand floats up. Back hand joins in, presses down as the other hand floats up, parting the wild horse's mane. One more. Back to playing the pipa. This time the hands sway, making deer antlers with our fingers, stepping to one corner. The hands circle up, and the elbow comes into our side, and we're looking over that bottom hand. Back to swaying, deer antlers. And this is called the deer. One more on this side. One hand over the head, other arm into the rib. And then swaying, stepping out with the other foot. The hands circle over, and the eyes look over that bottom arm. The deer. One more. Very nice. Back to center and catching the moon again, stepping out with the foot with the bottom hand. The bottom hand floats up, other hand presses down, and then stepping in, catch the moon. Stepping out with the other foot, parting the wild horse's mane, and catch the moon. Stepping, catch the moon and step. Last one. This time, just stepping back, spin the moon, and step in. Very nice. One more. The hands float up to shoulder height, and then down, up overhead, and down. Shoulder height and tap. Stepping in, overhead, and tap. This is called the crane. Tapping, Stepping in, overhead, and tap. Back to the other foot. Tapping is fine, or letting the knee flow up and then foot down. Overhead, tapping, lifting, touching down as needed. Focusing on the standing big toe helps with balance. Picking a focus point on the floor or the wall also helps. Very nice. The crane. Feet step out a little bit wider, hands swaying again, drifting side to side, and the palms facing forward, and then circling down and around. Scooping down if you like, getting a little bit of leg strength in there, painting on a canvas. Then circling up like a big ocean wave, Chen circles. And then back to swaying and drifting. Going up in the other direction, painting on a canvas. Beautiful flow, circling up. Chen circles. Last one. Stepping to one corner, the hands float up. Shifting our weight back, take a bow, the hands float to the sides. Shifting forward, the eyes follow the hands up. Again, the butterfly, fluttering over the flowers. This time stepping in, stepping to the other corner, circling up, and taking a bow. Hands float out to our sides. One more. Beautiful butterflies fluttering over the flowers. And sink the chi. Palms come together, stepping a little bit wider. Hands in front of that shoulder, shifting our weight to that side, and the head turns in the opposite direction. Scooping down, hands in front of the other shoulder, head turns in the other direction. Swimming Dragon, Part 1. Last one. This time the hands go sideways, zigzag past our head, past our heart, past our belly, swaying side to side. Swimming Dragon, Part 2. One more. Beautiful. The hands float up to shoulder height, palms facing in, and then they spiral out. And the hands float up, leading with the fingertips. Reeling silk, creating a cocoon of warmth and peace. And this time the palms face up, then they turn out, and then they turn up. This is called holding up the sky. One more. The hands cross high, then they cross low, and the knee lifts forward. Cross high, cross slow, and knee to the corner. Cross high, cross slow, and this time kick forward. Cross high, cross slow, and kick to the corner. Cross high, cross slow. This time the other knee lifts forward. Cross high, cross low, knee to the corner. This time kicking forward. This is called stand up and kick. Kicking to the corner. Back to center. The hands flow up overhead, pressing down to our hips, bouncing up and scoop the full moon. And then up. This time making a diamond shape with our thumbs and index fingers, and this is called opening the heart. Shine your light, beam your love and kindness to each other and to all living beings. Hands drop, circling up, pressing down. Scoop another big ball of chi for the day. And then up. One more diamond shape, connecting with each other, opening the heart, connecting with each other and connecting with all living beings. Feet come back together, and one more, sinking the chi. And on this last one, bringing our hands together, bringing our hands to our hearts, and I end with a gesture of respect and deep gratitude for sharing this time together. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone for joining us on YouTube today. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you, everybody, for joining in.